Welcome back to the Smelly Show. It's your boy Smelly. Today we're at Valley of the Fire State Park. So we're just outside in the parking lot here. I was live streaming, but we completely lost service. There is no service out here, so take a look around outside and head in.
What the ones here look like.
They do?
I don't know.
We got some people biking. We could actually think and grab the scooter. Get a little scooter ride portion of the video as well. We're standing in traditional Nuwu territory, also called Southern Paiute. I've lived in this region since the time beyond reach of memory or records. Today, Nuwu communities are spread across 4 states. Valley of the Fire is significant to all of them.
I was gonna go get my
a buoy.
Or are you looking more, babe? Stay with Daddy, please.
What are you doing, Dada?
Oh,
Where did you say you were going?
shirts are
Oh.
Shirts are $25 a month.
Thanks, baby.
Oh, that was a goat simulator first, huh? But if it was a dog, it would have been bad.
Did you want to review the wall? Yeah.
he really wants to. There's somebody much of a picture. We good? Second show. Yeah. It's a thing, it's an activity book. I told him it's gonna be weird to ship it all back. You think so?
Yeah, you gonna use it?
I study every day.
If you can get it, then you can have it. Alright. You look at you guys somewhere.
Can you get it?
Can you hold this? And I'll put it down. Turning the magnifying glass right away. Hello. I mean, who sells fruits in the desert? Literally, $200.
What are we talking about? We just pulled that in. $45. And I sell cookies in the desert at night.
Maybe you should just close them off at daytime.
The hoodies now, because people might be buying them for the evening.
As well as some people, they buy them and then they go home. And guess what? Home is cold.
You need a hoodie for regular, don't you?
I mean, ours is like 5 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is like 16 at night.
Is it?
Gets pretty cold, man. You don't want to be out there when it's
Andy, tell them where you're from.
yeah, we're from
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
It's really cold over
You know where I'm from?
there. Here.
Right over there.
Just on the road.
You want our seat? Do it back. I hope you enjoy. Don't burn anything with that magnifying glass.
All right, this way. This way. Hold on. We'll open it in the car.
No problem.
Found a bunch of small stuff. There.
Idea, man. 33 cart.
Yeah.
Turning it on, you can pull it out the top for 5-10 seconds. Do you want a bag?
Yeah, please.
Do you want a receipt?
Please.
Helicopter.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy.
It says, please ask us about.
Excuse me, guys.
Oops, sorry.
I think it'd be super cool to see either the desert tortoise, tarantula, or something of that nature. So the sign we walked by says only 0.03 or 0.3 mile long trail one way. And it goes past, or we should be coming up on, which is now a broken arch, I guess. It was once very popular back in the day, before it collapsed. This is what the sign was saying, anyhow. So I'd assume I'm going the right way. Absolute stunning views out here, though. Stop a second to give you a 360. So I'm keeping my eyes open for a tarantula, a turtle, a donkey, maybe a mountain goat. Desert trumpet. Can't say I've seen a desert trumpet. Oh, so okay. So the fallen arch used to be somewhere within these rock formations that we've been looking at, according to the sign. Maybe on the map they give you kind of shows you what it used to look like, or I'm sure there's something out there that would in fact show you. A nice little edge of the cliff spot we can walk out to. On top of this bluff here, see what's going on in the canyon below. Should be pretty interesting. So it looks like they have some pretty crazy lizards out here. Hopefully we don't see any of those. I'd much rather see a desert tortoise. Let's get to the top here. Let's see what we can see. This other side's a little more scenic. Zooms too fast. Pans too fast, I should say. Alright. So not much to this bluff. No tarantulas. No lizards. So in front of us, where the petrified log is, there's like nothing there but a couple of bushes. But they have it fenced off with the sign, so. So there's a lot more to see. We don't have a lot of time left here because it does close at dusk. I think it's a couple hours, maybe an hour and a half by now. We'll take that little trail back to the visitor center, jump in the van. I did see some people biking around. I don't know if there's an actual like scooter path that we could take, or a scooter possible path, or if the people are just biking the bike, because it looked like they came from this direction. Unless you have one of those fat tired bikes like they had, not scooter accessible. But it looks like they have pull-offs for a lot of the coolest shit, so we'll at least drive around the park. I think it's probably better for the time schedule. Drive around the park and stop, get out at each point of interest. Do we really want to see one of these, like a tarantula in the wild? I've never seen one in the wild, that's the whole thing. Like this, doing tarantula business, you know? Doing tarantula shit, like, whoa. I think that'd be cool. As well as the desert tortoise, out handling business. I think both would be rather interesting, and they apparently have some purple looking lizards too. So I'm keeping an eye on the trees. And I think I just spotted a tarantula. So when I came walking by, I seen it kind of like dip back down to the underbrush. And now when I look over, I can see that there's webbing. You can see it flapping in the wind there. You see that webbing there? There might be a tarantula hiding out right in that hole. So what we'll do now, we'll try to get a view into that hole from a safe distance away. 'Cause I did see something move in there. There's definitely something in there. Let's see if we can spot them. Spider.
Oh,
Yeah.
spider like this.
Yeah, tarantula.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I seen him as I was walking by, and then he kind of like went back into his house.
Oh, his little bird.
But you can see the like the web.
Oh, yeah, I do see that.
Yeah, he's
Interesting.
kind of tucked up in there. I was hoping to spot him, but Some people are not about spiders. I'm gonna see if I can see him poke his leg out at least. Hey mates, Steve Owen here. Today we got a tarantula out in the wild. A very fascinating species, very colorful. So, I'm pretty sure when we came walking up, well, there's definitely a tarantula or a lizard hole. I don't think anybody's home. Otherwise, they're kind of deep up in there. So I think they can, of course, I don't know, feel vibration or hear noise. And then they kind of dip back into their house when they know somebody's around. Because you got to think, if when you look at a tarantula in an enclosure, they're usually chilling in some type of house. Like, they don't really seem like free roaming spiders. They kind of just wait for, I think they're more opportunist, and just kind of wait for something to come to them. So I don't know if we'll really see one chilling outside their house, like roaming around freelance. Some deer pooped. However, there was something that caught my eye. Of course, you've seen the web. I mean, definitely a tarantula house. I think he probably goes pretty deep back in there, but I believe when I was walking up, he was kind of sitting on the edge, probably warming in the sun. And then when he either seen or heard me, he went back into his house. I was kind of waiting a second to see if he would start coming back out. And he did not. However, somebody that could like set up some type of camera there and walk away would probably capture it. For like a wildlife photographer. It's probably how they do it. Find some active looking houses, set up a camera outside of them. No, a desert tortoise, we could probably see freelancing around, out handling business. But I don't know how common they are. You know, tarantulas, they reproduce Desert tortoise, however, I don't think they have as good of survival odds as a nest full of like 2 dozen spiders, a dozen spiders. And then they're all, like freelancing around, subjected to coyotes and other animals that might be predatorial. And I don't think a coyote really could rip into a tortoise shell. You never know, I don't know. I mean, if he's hungry enough, figure it out. So maybe in between these two big rocks that we're looking at here, A and B, maybe that's where there used to be an arch once upon a time. Or maybe it used to be off into like this structure of rocks. I'm not sure, I'll have to go back and look. Some old photos, see if they can tell us where it was. So I'm going to check the map, guys, see where we're at. And where we can go. Okay. So it looks like if we keep going and eventually turn off, there's a nice little kind of stretch that loops around. And of course there's trails woven throughout. Yeah, and it looks like it's only that, well actually that's a trail, it doesn't loop around. But it does look very scenic. And then we can see kind of the rest of this particular park. Desert tortoises and the Gila monster spend most of their lives underground. So yeah, we probably won't ever see a tortoise. The kid foxes and jackrabbits, they're nocturnal. The bighorn sheep stock up on water when it's available. They can drink up to 5 gallons. There's some rattlesnakes out here. Some quail. So yeah, what's cool is they have all different sorts of trails, different lengths. Where you could probably walk trails forever. As far as like all their main rock formations that they want everybody to look at, are kind of right off a paved road, which is nice. And if I really wanted to, I could bust up the scooter and kind of cruise throughout this whole park. If it was not as hot, I probably would. very high staircase to climb up to some point of this. So it looks like just like the arched rock formation. You get just as good a view right here without having to do 150 stairs. So, you know, Smelly, I'll zoom you right up in there. Beautiful shot right there. Got it. Creep forward a little bit. Get a good inside. Beautiful shot right here. Check some. This feels like I got a weird feeling tire. I'm just tripping. So once you climb the stairs, it doesn't really appear like it does anything, so I don't know if there's really need for that. We'll just sit here for a second, soak up this view. I mean, just that rock itself is quite interesting. If in the case we had a little bit more time, I would have probably climbed the stairways. Got some stair steps in. Let's see what's back here. I don't think it goes back any too much further though. They should have a spot at like the visitor center with some desert tortoises. Maybe some of the tarantulas found out here. Do you think they have a museum here? That's probably where we'd find a little history on some of the animals at least. Lots of helicopters coming out of Vegas flying over. Another little campground back here. Looks like it's full as well. I don't know how it can be. It must have reservations or something. A couple nice vans though. Folks actually camping inside the park. Alright, so now let me see. This is Scenic Loop Road. Kind of looks a little bumpy. We're gonna see. Doesn't get a little better. I'm not gonna risk it because this is my house. I don't want everything shaken and stirred. Rocky's probably like, what is going on? This road's terrible and it's got a bunch of big rocks, as you can see. No off-road driving. So yeah, I don't think we're even supposed to be driving on here. We're going to turn around. I mean, no off-road driving is no off-road driving, but this, we can definitely drive on here. It's just not the best road. Somebody was in a regular little car or something, I probably wouldn't suggest it. The van can definitely handle it. Just don't really want it to. This is kind of bad. Like I said, it is my house, and now it's just a bunch of potholes and stuff, so I don't think I'm going to go up any further. I mean, we get back in here deep enough where it gives us kind of an idea in the view. And the road does get better right here though. This is actually kind of a decent gravel road. It's a very small portion. Not too bad. It was a little rough there at first, but for these views, you know. You got to try to pick the path of least resistance. And it gets really shitty right here. Looks like we can go around a major mess. We got a big old souped up van. Amendment and free photography. Free. Say that 5 times. Free for photography. Survived the scenic trail. I'm not sure what way to go. I think we probably went up a little bit further and just looped around all this stuff, but I just want to make sure. I'm gonna make sure we're seeing this whole park, you know. We gotta get our $15 worth. So this brought us almost pretty close back by the entrance. The visitor center and everything's up here, so. Instead of taking a left to where we did, we'll keep on going straight. So I don't think it goes up that much further. Cool, they have both options out here. You can off-grid if you want to. You know, some people want to be tapped into power and have bathroom access, so the campground's preferable for them and their rig. Other people have other options and can go more off-grid. And the campgrounds are all full, so if somebody came out here right now trying to camp, your only option is off-grid. I mean, thinking like based off of like what I have on hand, I mean, I could probably survive a good week if I needed to. I'd probably start running like low on water and stuff like that, but I have enough canned food at least, cereal, canned food, snacks. but I produce my own power, so. Now, if I was tapped into a power source, then I'd just be spoiled. Of interest right here. Let me see. Mouse's Tank, Rainbow Vista, Fire Wave, and the White Domes. And then it looks like I mean, this can't possibly be like another visitor center, so maybe it's a museum. Whatever it is, it looks pretty empty. And then that just loops around. So I think I went up a little too far because this is obviously a parking lot. There's a sign there that says they got Wi-Fi. Guess I should have checked on that option, and I could have done this live, but definitely can't be Wi-Fi everywhere. This is just a particular area. Actually, there are a couple of vehicles. I want to see what's inside this building. So I want to learn about the animals of the area. So it didn't look like there was anybody around here. There definitely is. And they got some restrooms. So we'll see if we can go inside. And what that's even about. Let me see if the map, the Door of the Explorer map. So this is the okay. Looks like this is the old visitor center, and then they have a couple different trails right here that you could walk to. The Rainbow Vista Trail, the Mouse Tank Trail. However, if we jump back on this other road, it brings us to like a higher up scenic point. Because at this point, we're kind of like 3/4 of the way, like through the park is what it looks like. No, unless you're gonna get out and like hike around here, good spot, probably to bring like the kids and stuff. Just because it's, you know, you can just park here and they can start climbing instantly. And then they have a couple of small trails that one could walk on as well. We're going to jump on White Domes Road here. This is White Domes Road. Looks like a lot of people were back in here. A lot of vehicles starting to come out. So it'll be nice Sunday. We can have a Starlink in the van and we can continuously live stream. So if we had the Starlink, we could be live right now. With no issues. Very cool little scenic drive-through point. It really gets you up in the mix of it all. Tank. So just like another little hiking area spot that you can go off on, as well as right here it looks like driving on some very fine red sand. Looks really soft. So it looks like a picnic area, tour bus back here. Photo shoot area. Spot for like any type of nice photo you need it for. Christmas card, graduation, whatever. Expecting it to open up to this. Definitely get out. Get some good pictures. You definitely see why it's a scenic area.
Ui, chị đâu có sao đâu. Vợ này biết à.
Oh crap, you know, it's kind of interesting here. Look what I just seen. Let's see if I can, yeah, right here. There's like a hole with a bunch of rocks in it. You see that? Like how many rocks have had to have fallen over the years to be able to fill that hole. And those are completely different, unless people have thrown them in there throughout the years. Because they're not even like the same colored rocks as what's around. Right, so I think this is like the high point because now it says next 4 miles we go down. So let's get zoomed in a little bit because the views in front of us are stunning. Fire Canyon, Silica Dome, White Domes. Cut off in here, see what this path looks like. And of course, anywhere you really want to, you can get out and hike. You don't have to be restrained to your vehicle. But for the sake of not making this an 8-hour video, and the sake of we're burning sunlight rather fast, and the sake of maximizing our $15, we'll drive around and try to see as much as we can before it starts getting dark and we get kicked out. The sun is slowly going down, and then we'll get behind the mountains very soon. So we gotta just try to soak up these views quick. I don't know what's going on here. They are doing something with lighting and filming. Huh. Looks like they had quite a production going on from California, so they were definitely filming a movie scene. A bunch of sprinters from California and high-end equipment. Yeah, they're definitely filming maybe a movie scene or something. And this is Fire Canyon. Good spot for screenshots. Boom. So guys, I believe whatever actor or actress was out here would be in that fifth wheel trailer with the Starlink on top and the generator running. So they're definitely filming some type of movie out here. So there's definitely some type of actor or actress within that trailer, which, you know, would serve as a dressing room and place to poop if they needed to. As you can see, the Starlink right here on the top, just above the ladder. Bunch of suitcases. What a nice trailer, though. Nice fancy chairs sitting out there. Yeah, there's definitely some type of actor or actress. Oh, we could have drove past them, but it looks like they're kind of breaking down for the day. You see all these nice Sprinter vans and the lighting and the everything. Quite interesting. Stumble upon a movie set. So it's like a hidden movie set we stumbled on. At least we got a nice smooth road right here. So yeah, they're definitely filming some type of scene right there. Valley of Fire. In Valley of Fire. But as you can see, absolutely stunning backdrop, and with the professional, proper lighting and camera equipment, whatever is being filmed here is gonna have some epic shots. We just exposed it. You guys seen it here first on the Smelly Show. So there's signs that say New Sponge. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Absolutely stunning views back here. I like how it's kind of like in the painted mines in Colorado where the red rock kind of turns into different shades and other lighter colors. However, in the case in Colorado, those were painted, actually painted by people back in the day. This isn't just natural color, natural formation. See it right here in front of us, where the deep red kind of turns into white, kind of turns into like a pinkish, turns into other color of the redstone. Just years of, I don't know. Speeding throughout State Park. Probably a hefty tab on that one. And we're gonna have to zoom in a little bit, make sure we see everything proper. Very beautiful. People behind me are probably like, "This dude's driving too slow," but I'm not going to get a ticket, and I'm trying to soak up the views. Or I guess you can get a ticket for parking up on the side of the road. There are signs that say not to do so, so maybe the other people are doing that. My guess is that they're just speeding through here. There are plenty of signs that say it's enforced. So. As much as a person would like to kind of pull over and get a good picture of a rock they might feel close to or something, they're drawn to, just can't do it. Very beautiful, and then with the sun going down, we're getting light in some spots, not in others, so it's giving it a crazy look right now. Probably pan down a little bit. And or unzoom. looks like this is the furthest they allow you to go back. It says fire wave area. Looking much further back. Views for days. Definitely had an opportunity to kind of see what the whole park is like, though. Very similar to Garden of the Gods, but completely different rock formations. And probably twice as big. But I definitely would imagine that Valley of the Fire gets voted up there in one of the best state parks America has to offer every year. I can definitely see why. It is absolutely beautiful back here. Now, these are the white dome caps. White domes. They got a little pink going through them. It's pretty cool. And then of course you could go hiking back and through there. I'm not sure how long this trail is without looking at my map. Be weird and take one more loop around. Or we can pause for a brief second, take a look at the white domes. You can see the pink kind of going through the rock, which is really cool. So probably just a little hike where you can get up close and personal with the white domes. The lady was giving me the stink eye. There's a big rock formation in front of us here. Quite interesting. White Dome's the trail. That was a White Dome Road. Which of course is the longest road, kind of comes off like the middle of the main road that cuts through the park. Drives all the way up here, so. And then in the old visitor center. Okay, so we've seen pretty much all of it, it looks like, without hiking the trails. Enjoy this nice scenic view driving back out. It's nice having the handy dandy map. I had a finesser for the map. Like it's a hot commodity. Like I guess if they ask for it. Otherwise, I don't care about this job that much to suggest or offer one. lots of rental cars from Colorado, I've noticed, because they have red license plates, so you know they're a rental. This view real quick. And it's cool that you can hike off into all this stuff if you really want to. Kind of get more of an up close and personal. Like I was saying earlier, you definitely can. You can go hiking throughout here. Starts running. Looks like a lot of people are hiking down this particular direction. The sign says anyone in the area after sunset's trespassing. It also says not walk along the road, which somebody was doing. Crazy views right here. It is beautiful. So yeah, it looks like it's a trail that just basically walks around that huge rock formation next to us. Different just shading of rocks though is insane. Hope my camera is able to pick it all up well. The different shading is really cool. So I think once upon a time they probably used to let you pull off on these little side spots here, but then people, you know, just trample over stuff and they probably want to keep it all preserved. And technically they're probably not official like hiking spots or trails, so people get lost. I think they gotta call in rescue. It's probably a handful of people ruined it. Already tell it's starting to cool off nicely. Like some of the sand in some of the areas. I've seen some like this whiter colored looking sand that looks really soft, and I've seen some red sand that looks really, really soft. brownish sand. I can't believe somebody was actually pulled over, like they are not playing about speeding through here. Very, very nice views. Still feel like one of my front left rotor shields is kind of close to the rotor. Which I noticed on some right turns out here, so I was kind of working on it this morning, trying to bend it out a little bit. There's a couple spots like rather close to the caliper, so I was like thinking to myself, like, if I still hear any noise out of it, I know exactly where to check. I like how some spots too is just open and just vast. You know, views as far as the eye can see. And then you have a lot of stuff that's just up close and personal. So if you guys have enjoyed any part of this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up. It'll help push the video into the YouTube algorithm and maybe find like-minded individuals such as yourself that might like the channel, and we'll hit subscribe. So yeah, if there's anything you've liked, hit the like. And I hear other creators say, leave a comment. Comments help get the miles to Lake Mead, 49 miles to Las Vegas. slow driving. Hey, if you want to get a speed ticket, you can. I don't want one. Guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. Valley of the Fire, Moapa Valley. About an hour from the Vegas Strip, depending on traffic. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. Hope everybody enjoyed the premiere. If you're watching on the replay, shout out to you. I'll get this video uploaded later and premiere it so we can hang out and watch it tonight. And as she waves me through, I'm signing off. Appreciate everybody watching this video. Till the next video.